My name's Nick Burner. I'm from the Central Coast. I own Jim's Fencing Kincumber. It'd be about 9-10 months now. I chose Jim's Fencing because of my age, because I'm only 19. I wanted a way that I could have a business with the support that Jim's franchise offers. It was just really the brand that they offer is different to anyone else. They've been around for so many years and they've got such a known brand that it seemed like a bit of a no-brainer. I found it challenging at times, but it's definitely a learning curve, getting better every day, so that's all I can ask for. It wasn't really my cup of tea, school. I wasn't necessarily bad at school. I wasn't the smartest kid at school, but I didn't think that uni was the path that I wanted to go down. So I went business or trade, and I'm not a huge trade person, so I didn't want to go down the apprentice route, so I thought business is the next best option. Flexibility, been able to learn without anybody looking over my shoulder, so I get to make mistakes and then learn from them, and just build off that, really. We do colour bond, paling fence, and pool fencing. It's always the person who contacts us. So if you've got house number 1 and house number 3, if house number 1 contacted us, they are completely responsible for paying. So all the invoices go through them and it's their responsibility to get 50% off the neighbour. I think customer service is a huge thing. Where I'm from, the rest of the fencing businesses aren't very good at customer service. A lot of the times they don't call back, they come out in a month, they get a quote in a month. We call any inquiries back within an hour or two, and then we're out within a day, and then from there you've got a quote within a few days. And we get people calling us saying, I've called somebody and they haven't come out for 3 days or 4 days or 5 days. And I said, well, that's just not what Jim's Fencing does. Yeah, the idea that if we make a mistake, rarely do, but if we do, Jim's warrants any mistake and we'll fix it, just because there isn't any way of assuring that who's the franchisee knows exactly what they're doing. We haven't had any issues so far, but it just means that the client is assured that even if we make a mistake, it is fixed by Jim's. Warranties are always important, so Jim's Fencing warranty definitely helps. Because we do police checks on all our employees, that's very important, because obviously somebody's in your home for large periods of time. Often the time frame between fences, their concern is that I'll tear down the fence and then I won't be back for a week and they'll be without no fence. But we always guarantee that we tear it down one day, as long as it's not 100 linear metres, we tear it down one day, we concrete post that day, and then we build the fence the next day. Colour bond. Yep. Colour bond is huge on the coast. I'd say it's about 75-80% of our market is colour bond fencing. It really depends on what the client would like, because sometimes we do have clients where we'll go out, we'll quote, and then they won't want to start for a month or they won't want to start for a week. But normally we would call them back within a couple of hours, go out within a day, quote within a few days, and then from there you'd be looking at no more than 2 weeks for start job, and then depending on the length of the job, no more than 3-4 days. Really busy, really busy. We've got about 30 quotes out there, so we can't complain at all. I think just branching out from those two sole objectives is trade or uni. I just don't think that those are your only options. I think you can pretty much do anything, and I know it sounds a little bit cringy, but you can do anything. So I think picking up a business and going, you know what, I'm going to learn. And it is hard. It's really difficult to start off with. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know who to talk to, but it just gets easier and easier. And why not start young? We've got 3 employees. Just really communication is really important. Being able to talk and not just have saying, do this, do that, do that, do that. Being able to have a conversation and say, okay, well, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. This is why we're going to do it. Not just, this is what you're doing, go do it. They'll need to contact me, or they'll need to call 131 546.